Please excuse the mess here. I am going to review a product that I've been wanting for a while now. Probably for the past, oh, probably 6 months or so. Ever since I started getting into EverDrives. Quick little background on my history with these things. I've known about EverDrives for the past while now, probably 4 or 5 years. And looking at the price initially turned me off, and I thought, well, I don't want to go, you know, emulate these games again like I did back in 2009. I've told that story numerous times. Um, Got back into retro gaming in 2009. Emulated NES games, N64, PlayStation, Super Nintendo, Genesis, TurboGrafx, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. I believe there was Game Gear in there as well. Never did try to get into like PlayStation 2 or anything like that because at that time it just wasn't possible. But moving onward, going to talk about my impressions with the EverDrive 64. This is a turquoise edition or ice blue. I also have the blue version of the EverDrive for the NES, the N8. Great device. I love the transparency of these cases. You can get these in all different kinds of colors here. It is Crick certified and shipped by Stone Age Gamer. It's on their store on StoneAgeGamer.com. I might get the Genesis EverDrive, the X7 version. I have either a first generation or a second generation of the X3 for the Genesis. It's a great little device, but it takes a little while to load games. So, but I ordered this directly through the Stone Age Gamer website to ensure that I was getting the real deal. You can get these like in gray, like the original gray color of the original N64 cartridges, red, transparent red, transparent green, transparent purple, a couple others. I decided on this guy here because I like how it looks. It's kind of matches my controller for the N64, my original ice blue, and kind of matches the green transparent retrobit controller. I have the Tribute 64 controller, which is great, and I have reviewed that on this channel. But back to this device, it's hardware emulation on this thing. It's a FPGA based emulation device. I'm pretty sure it works that way. Yeah. And with the X7, you can save games directly to the SD card. With this version, you do not have to shut off the system in order to save. Lower tier versions, you do. I think the X3 and the X5, you do. Looks like this thing does have battery backup or battery save on here as well. So it's just like the original cartridge. Only with this, you can play games off an SD card and save the games to an SD card. So no more fumbling around and looking for your save pack. However, you can save games using a save pack. I just couldn't find mine when I made a pickups video the other. I'm not sorry, not a pickups video, but a gameplay video the other day, which was yesterday, in fact. And these come in these nifty boxes with old 80s slogans. Notice if this package exceeds 88 miles per hour, it may go back to the year 1985. Notice box doubles as a disguise for a tactical espionage action. Be careful when opening with box cutter knife or slap bracelet. Pretty cool. There's that, and if I turn the box around again, I want to show my address here. Bitbox game cases, those are pretty cool. I might get one of these to store my this device in. I did get one for the Super Nintendo, but I bought an official Super Nintendo case that came out back in the day. But this is a great device for someone that doesn't want to buy all the games, or maybe you want to play some games that are cost prohibitive, and that's a big reason I bought this. Also, these are great for convenience. I'm not going to bash anyone for buying these for whatever reason you buy them for. Obviously, Nintendo's not making money off of N64 games anymore, so you're not going to hurt them. But yeah, the only problem I have with the device is the mini SD card does not come out easily. I have to pull it out with tweezers each time I take it out and put games on it or whatever. Let's see here. You have a port here for developers. I will not be using that. So would I recommend this device? Yes, I've used it to play a couple of games that I already own, and I will be playing it to play some games that I don't own, or games that I had back when me and my brother played this system when we were kids, and I still have my childhood N64. But yeah, in other words, this is a great device, well worth the money. They are a tiny bit pricey, but well worth it. It's just, you can play hacks and homebrews and original N64 games. And you can develop your own games with this device. It's pretty cool. Highly recommended if you're into retro games like any EverDrive. There's one for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Genesis / Mega Drive, Sega Master System, Game Gear, PlayStation, this one, the Super Nintendo, NES. And I think probably a few others. So yeah, that is my review, guys. Check out Stone Age Gamer for your retro gaming needs. I mean, I don't have everything you may need, but there's a lot of cool stuff on the website, so check it out. And check out EverDrives for your retro systems.